Hello, it's Charlene Sinjenko, and welcome to another episode of BodyMoves and BreakThroughs. We are getting close to halfway through the commitment of 100 days of continuous content that is curated, that is intentional, and that hopefully is inspiring. Today, I am talking about a lesson learned from Super Grover. And I know you'll laugh at that, but one of my favorite cartoon characters, one of my favorite puppets and Muppets back in the day on Sesame Street was Grover, and not just Grover, but Super Grover. And I don't know if you remember when he used to do that little skit between near, far, near, far. So I want to talk a little bit about that right now. There's some, amazing teachers and authors around us that talk a lot about our future selves, living as if, acting as if, living from, the intention of. But I'd like to simplify it the way that it makes sense for me. And I would also like to give credit to Kathleen Cameron, who is one of Bob Proctor's students and one of the teachers that I listen to, and I will be participating in some of her programming. Taking it to the next step of almost like a next play mentality if you are a football fan. So when I was personal training, I really tried to have my clients understand that the dedication that they were applying today with their choices, with their nutrition, with their exercise, with their rest, with their mindset, that dedication that they were invested in today would probably show up for most fitness clients about 4 weeks from the day. So you put this time in and there's a slight delayed reaction to when you actually start to see your body live out those changes. What that really taught me in terms of our life experience is that if you are focused on today, other than enjoying it for its fullest experience, like, don't get me wrong, I'm all about being present and fully enjoying the moment. But if you're focusing on today and you're really basing your whole life experience in real time, you're behind what's actually happening. Because the choices that we make today are showing up for us tomorrow. So if we're focusing on today, that is the extent of our reality, that's our life experience. The truth that I believe is that that's already old. That's already an after effect. Because the seeds that you sow today, what you invest in today, will show up tomorrow. So it really is that invitation to live into our future selves. Fully enjoy today, but don't get caught up that today's reality is the be all and end all. And that's why, for example, when people ask me, I have a lot of, professional conversations, and they'll, the first question that they want to ask is like, so how are you doing? How are things going? And I'm very careful with how I answer that. I talk about what I'm most enjoying about the experience of today. But I always talk about what is most lighting me up that I'm walking into next. And I ask them a question that has them imagine, tell me about what you're most excited about and the future that you're walking into. And that's why I always say now for next. So I hope that some of that made sense to you. I think I'll probably leave it at there for today, but remember that your future self is you're constantly reaching into, stretching into, fully appreciating the experience of today with all of your senses. Yes. And the reality that you're walking into now for next is your future self. And that is the pure pleasure of planting those seeds and noticing and exploring those possibilities, knowing that what we're doing today is showing up tomorrow. I'm Charlene Sinjenko. This is Body Moves and Breakthroughs. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and what questions you have.